morning, everybody. Good morning. Wonderful space as usual. It's been a while here, and I greet the host, the co-host. Fortunately, wow. Chat to Max, Shoda Benny, Fantasy, Bobby, Saichi. So let's just delve into the topic quickly. So, effect of trading environment, and as Chat to Max said, there was a space on this thing, like I think 2 days ago now. Very, very similar topic, but that one was like sort of just a positive environment, how to cultivate it. It was like, how do you cultivate a positive environment in the market? So but this one is just the effect of the trading environment generally, right? And if we want to know the effect of something, we need to even know the thing itself. And definitely you can know that effects are definitely going to either be positive or negative. So what it means is that is there a way I can make my trading environment suit me such that it helps me, it pushes me to success rather. It helps me consistent. If the goal of trading is to be a consistent trader, is to be a profitable trader over 90 days, over 6 months, then how can I modify my environment such that it's easy? So I gave a very simple example on that space, and I said that many of you hear that you are living in your apartment, and you stock to your apartment with you arrange your sitting room or living room in a way that it's so easy to navigate from your TV to your dining room to your couch, to the ACs, to the just arrange in a way that it's easy for you to actually navigate. Also, it's easy for visitors to come and have a good time with you, right? So basically, it's the same thing we are seeing over here. You are to arrange your trading environment, and when I mean environment, I will speak about 2 things, as I said on that space also. We have 2 kinds of environment as a trader. We have a physical environment and a mental environment. Now, the reason why we are even concerned about a mental environment is because trading is a mental business. Yeah. So because trading is a mental business, it means that most of the times, the environment that will matter to you as a trader is the environment in your head. Yes. So what's going to matter to you most of the time as a trader is your mental environment, not your physical environment. Because you are not doing a job that requires so much of physicality. You are not a teacher. You are not a soldier. You are not an engineer, right? You are a trader. So because you are a trader, and we are being taught and told that trading is a mental game. Everybody shouting, trading is a mental game. So it means that if it's a mental game, where is the mental game being played? That's a big question. Because every game in life has an environment where it's being played. So if you see, let's play the game of football. You hear them saying, I want to play the game of football today at the Old Trafford Arena, or the Stamford Bridge, or the Bernabeu Stadium, right? Or the Allianz Arena. So you see different grounds for playing this game. If it's basketball, you see they are playing at the Chicago pitch, the Arizona pitch. There are locations for every game you play, right? So if everybody's shouting that trading is a mental game, trading is a mental sport, these are the words you hear commonly on Twitter and even outside Twitter. Where is this mental game being played? That's the number one question you ask yourself. So if we're establishing the fact that a game is played in an environment, a game is played in a location, it means that definitely the location and environment would affect your success as a trader. And I'll go back to use the football analogy as an example. If you watch football a lot, you realize that if there's an home and away match, usually if you are playing at home, you have an advantage. Why do you have an advantage? Because you are used to the field, you are used to the stadium, you are used to the site. I remember back then, I've forgotten Barcelona's stadium. Then it was difficult to beat them in their house because they were so used to that place. So this small field, they had mastered the 4 corners of the post, they had mastered the corner flags. So it was difficult to beat them in their house. Same thing with Bayern Munich, very difficult to beat them in their house. Same thing with current Man City. Those guys can go on a winning spree in their Etihad Stadium because they were used to. So they do trainings on Tuesday and Thursdays in that environment, in that stadium, right? So when it comes for them to play the EPL on Saturday, it's still the same stadium. Wednesday evening Champions League matches, it's still the same stadium. Why? Why is it easy for them to win at home than away? Right? It's because it's their environment. They've practiced 1,000 kicks. They've practiced 10,000 penalty kicks. They are so used to the location of their post that they can easily win penalties, can easily score penalties in their home, in their environment. So it's the same thing we're saying here as traders. As a trader, if you are playing a mental game, as everybody calls it to be, or as the greatest books are written, where are you playing this mental game? Where is the location? Where is the environment? So as a trader, you have the advantage of being able to build your home and away. Luckily for you, you are at home most of the time. You don't have to go away. Because your home is your mental space. Let's start from there. Because when I'm speaking about home, I'm not speaking from the perspective of your house, your number 50, Doherty Street, Abuja. That's not what I'm talking about. Basically, your environment and your home, your number one home and environment as a trader, is that thing between your two ears. So if just like the players, the footballers, they see their Etihad Stadium for Man City as their home, that's where they do most of their activities. As a trader, your home is your head. Because if it's a mental game, you need to be used to the stadium where the game is being played. It's very, very simple. If trading is a mental game, if trading is a mental sport, you need to be used to the stadium where this game is being played. And the number one stadium where this game of trading would be played is that thing between your two ears. And that is your brain. That is your mental system. So the question today now is that, how used are you to that system? How much practice have you done? How much refinement have you done? Have you set up this system in a way that when you start to play the game, when you start to play the mental game and sports, you have the home advantage? Simple. I'm not speaking too difficult to comprehend. It's very simple. Once you start the mental game, and most of the time we always say these things, the mental game of trading starts from the time whereby you open your chart. When you leave this space and there is no Brian to host a space for you, there is no chat to Mark to shout on your head, there's no trader Benny to wipe you with a Rimo code, and you are the only one on your chart about to scroll through your watch list by the right of your trading view, and it is all of you, nobody else. You are the only one in the whole 2-bedroom flat or self-contained. At that point, your whole mental game has started. Simple. Your mental game has started. I like the series of this space because they always go in this kind of ascending manner. There was a space Brian held on you versus you. Now, when you look at the sentence you versus you, usually when you hear the word you versus you, you're hearing about a game or a sport. Was it Mike Tyson or so that actually had a boxing match 2 weeks ago that everybody was watching, UFC? Almost everybody went to watch. It was only 2 people in the ring. Only 2 people in the ring. So when they held the space on this, they call it you versus you space, you might have seen that topic and you might have demeaned the topic and just wondered that, what are they saying? But there was a lot of depth to that topic. That's why you saw that topic was really, really interesting and it made so much sense. So if we are saying trading is a you versus you thing, it means that trading is a game. And if it is a game, it is also a sport. And if it's a sport, this topic today is now saying that, where the hell are you playing this game? Where the hell are you playing this sport? And are you stupid enough, or are you wise enough to be able to set up your sport, your environment in a way that you have the home advantage, just like Man City has at Etihad, Bayern has at the Allianz Arena. I don't know, I forgot. Yeah, Barca has at the Camp Nou. That's the stadium. That's a big question. So, have you set up your environment? And when I mean environment, I repeat, your environment is in your head. It's not in your house. It is not your day one chair. You don't need a very big trading desk to make money. You don't need a 5-bedroom duplex detached, semi-detached duplex to make money. You don't need it. So if you don't need a duplex to make money, or you don't need a 4-bedroom castle to make money, it means that where exactly is this sport going to be played? Where exactly is this mental game that we are shouting? Where is the location? Where? So we are saying that the location is in your head. So you need to create an environment in your head whereby this game can be easy for you to play. There's something I also said on that space, which was, people know me now. Anyone I always speak about McDouglas because it's my role model, right? There's something he said in a video. He said that traders, you cannot willfully force yourself into being in the zone. I repeat, traders, you cannot willfully force yourself into the zone. He said you need to set up a mental environment such that you spontaneously find yourself in the zone. So you cannot force yourself to be a good trader. You cannot force yourself to find yourself doing the right things. He said you need to set up an environment so that you don't have to every time forcefully and consciously think about the next thing to do. I gave a very simple example on that space. I said that most of us here that use iPhones and Android phones, if you think about it now, when you are scrolling through your apps to go and look for your trading view or your MT5 or C Trader, do you really think about it consciously? Have you not noticed that somehow you just navigate your way there? You don't even waste time. Most of the time, you don't waste time. You leave this space, time for trading, you swipe right, minimize on the app, swipe left, you don't enter. Automatically, your hand goes there, just like you're driving a car, and you are not consciously thinking of the accelerator and the brakes and the gears. So, you know why it's that easy for you on your phone or your laptop? You open your laptop, your Windows boot up, it's booted and your screen is up. Somehow, your mouse has already gone to the TradingView desktop app. How is that happening? It's because over the past few months, over the past few years, you've set up your environment, either consciously or subconsciously. And when I mean consciously, either you do it on purpose. Some people, they will purposefully set their... So I called it a smart environment. So if you're using a smartphone here, Apple or Android, and you purposefully put your Binance by the left because you want to easily withdraw your USDT from prop firms, then you put your TradingView by the middle, then you put your MT4 and MT5 by the right. You've consciously set up your smart environment in a way that you can easily access your finance apps. Because those are the 4 important apps to you when it comes to finance. On your laptop, you put Microsoft Word by the left so you can write your journal. You put Notion journal by the middle. You put your TradingView by the right. You put MT5 by the upper right of your desktop or on your laptop. Why? So that you can easily access these things. Conscious setting up of your environment. Your desktop environment, your smart environment. And now some of you have subconsciously done this thing. You never, if I was not speaking now, you don't know that you did this thing. Somehow you arrange your apps, and every time it's trading session, you don't need to forcefully think about start waste. It's called a waste of mental resources. So what Mark was saying is that the pinnacle of your trading success should reach the point that you are no more thinking of start looking for your application, your trading view. I'm wasting time. You have other things to use your mental resources for. Because if we are being told as a trader, 80% of the food you are eating, let me go in biological terms, it's called glucose. But most of the food you are eating, everything they enter your brain. So as a trader, there's a likelihood that you'll be hungrier than someone that does 9 to 5. Yeah, it should not be that way, right? I mean, because you are at home, you are sitting and just pressing buy and sell buttons. So why would Toff come and say that I should be more hungry than someone that is leaving the house 8 a.m., facing traffic and coming back by 5? The reason why you get very hungry after the trading session is because most of the food you eat, they're actually going through your brain. And because trading is a very, very high mental tasking business, it means that you will be consuming, that brain is going to be consuming most of the food you are eating. So why are you wasting your mental resources on looking for your TradingView app, looking for this app and that? So what Mark was saying is that, and I'm giving a very simple analogy, this thing is very more complex, but that's the simplest analogy I can give, is that subconsciously, you've set all your environment in a way that you don't need to forcefully will yourself into being in the zone. Let me be more trading related. Let me leave the whole smart environment thing. Let's come to the chart itself. You've known how to set your long and short meter. You trade trend lines. Easily, you've seen your 4 spots. Oh, they told you trend lines should have more than 3 touches. You've picked your 3 touches already. Oh, they told you break of structure should be body close instead of weak close. The body should close above the high. Somehow, you've seen the body close already. you're not really thinking deeply. You've seen it, you've marked it. Oh, they told you fair value gap is between 3 candles, the space. At the point, you don't even draw the box, the rectangle. You already know where the fair value gap is. You don't actively think about these things. How did you get to that level? So as I said, I repeat, you've either consciously or subconsciously over the past few months and years set up an environment in a way that you already find yourself in the zone. Because the goal of every trader is to be in the zone. Because they say that zone is a stage whereby there are very, very little errors, whereby they call it the flow state. And I see Jade Cap repeating it on the timeline recently. That's Cal. Calls it the flow state. A state whereby you just find yourself doing the right things without having to every time consciously think about it. So that's the goal of every trader. And we are saying that if your goal is to find yourself in the zone, in the flow state, you need to set up a mental environment whereby it is easy for you to subconsciously find yourself in that zone. And how do you set up this environment? Now, the thing is that it's 2 ways. 1, it can either be a conscious effort, or 2, you've been doing it but you don't know. Why do you think that you ask most traders and say that, hey guy, maybe you ask Brian and you say, Brian, how far now? At what point did you get consistent and you just started making that money consistently? He might tell you he doesn't know. He might tell you he's not really sure of the time. You know why? Most traders don't even know the exact time that particular date that is like in church. They will say that what date you get born again. Most people don't even know the day they got born again. Most traders don't know the day they started getting consistently profitable. They just know that somehow they will tell you that 2019/20. 2023 beginning. But would they tell you the date? Some might not even tell you the month. You know why? They've been subconsciously setting up that environment over the past few months that they did not even know the time whereby the environment was finished and furnished. It's like you've been putting things in your apartment, from the Hisense TV to the Hisense freezer to the couch to the chandelier, that you don't even know the particular day that you can say that, okay, this thing was actually particularly perfect and furnished. So the gradual process happened one by one, step by step. Today you bring the couch, tomorrow you bring the chandeliers, tomorrow you bring the lights, tomorrow you bring the freezer, tomorrow you bring the oven. One by one, until somehow the house becomes furnished. Now after 2 years, your house is close to being something you want. It's the same thing with trading. Today my risk management is on point, the environment is on point. Tomorrow my patience environment is on point. Tomorrow the environment for what's it called, fearlessness, for confidence, for lack of anxiety, they are coming one by one, and you don't know the particular day. So if you ask me now, if you ask Pencil, if you ask Chat to Max, and what day did you get consistently profitable, they will not give you answers. They will not tell you that on the 19th of March 2022 or on the 20th of December 2020. They won't tell you because they don't know. So it's very, very simple. If you are not at that level yet, the result I have today for you is that make conscious efforts to set up that environment. And let me give a few ways and I'll end here. To speed up the time of your process, you can take a shortcut. And one of the shortcuts is that you can start to set up the environment as quick as possible because you've seen other people do it. So for example, if I want to furnish my apartment now and I want it to be like Chat to Max apartment, I could just call them, Alpha, send me your designer, your interior designer, give me a number. Immediately I get his number. Alpha, bro, where you buy this one from? Where you buy that Hisense from? Where you buy this couch from? Okay, he gives me that number. In 1 week, 2 weeks, I can do and replicate the exact apartment he has. I'm sure you all can agree with this. In 3 weeks, 2 weeks, I will replicate the same thing. Why? Information. If I don't call Chat to Max and say, bro, where you they put your couch there, the left or the right, and his interior designer doesn't tell me, I will do rubbish. The TV console, the PS5 location, Alpha, say that by the left, you put them by the right. The what's it called? The home theater, where do you put it? If it doesn't tell me these things, I will do rubbish. So it's the same thing with trading, and I like to use as much relatable examples as possible so we can get the gist. So as a trader, you need specific information. I don't know who posted that recently. Was it Dark So Promise? Specific information to set up this environment we're talking about. specific information. And how do you get these things? Number one, you are listening on the space currently. You come on OG space every morning, 6 to 9. See, subconsciously, you're actually doing this thing. You're already building an environment. Luckily for you, Twitter has really helped a lot. I repeat it. I always say these things every time. The advent of Twitter Spaces has revolutionized the game of trading for many people. Twitter Spaces started last year, and today it's one of the most beneficial things to traders, where you hear people spill out things that in those days you pay $2,000, $1,500 for. So being on these spaces and listening to different people speak, learning many things, either you are writing or you're not writing, you are already setting up that mental environment. That's number one way. Number two, books. Books. We always talk about great traders like great readers, right? You see them, they'll say they read. Look at Kojo Forex. Look at his interview with Words of Wisdom. That guy has read so many books. Look at Trader Benny. You hear me talk about the gifted hands, the this, the that. He has read many books. Most of these guys have dealt themselves so much books that their mental environment has been set up in a way that for you to construct your own house, and I repeat for the last time, your house is your head as a trader. Luckily, both words start from H. Your house is your head as a trader, not your 4-bedroom flat, and not your duplex. So if he has read Trading in the Zone, why should I not read Trading in the Zone? If he has read Mental Game in Trading, why should I not read it? If he has read The Turtle Trader, why should I not read it? I want my environment to be like his environment. I want my mental system to be like his own, so that the first word I said, I can play the mental game, I can play the mental sport, and I can have home advantage. So the goal is that as a trader, you want to have home advantage. That's the goal. And to have home advantage, you need to know your environment. You need to set it up in a way that it benefits you and it makes you a consistent and came to stop me. One time, in case you didn't hear the last thing I said, you need to set up this environment in a way that it helps you to stay consistent and profitable in the long run. Thank you, Brian.